The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
All right, guys, welcome. This is how to create a meme. I thought more of you guys actually wanted to be on this call, but apparently you guys have some other stuff going on. So that's all right. I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to do it. So there's my screen. Now that you can see that, the first thing that I always do, here I can just go from here, is I'm going to go to bing.com. When I go there, the reason I'm doing that is because I want to use images. Bing for me has had the best images. We want to get high resolution ones, so I'll do things like let's see, like amazing picture, high res. And so when I click that, now I can look on this, right, and look at here, 1440 to 900. That means that's going to be a huge picture, which is what I'm looking for. All right. When you see those little tiny pictures that you can barely do anything with, it's not big. And the moment we start to blow them up, and I'll show you what I mean by that. If I just go incredible picture. All right. Now it's going to show me the Incredibles. All right. Let me find something small here. Those are all big, giant files. But a lot of times people will have them and then they won't be big files. These are all huge though. God, what do I gotta look up to find? Here, you know what? I know what I could do. Nike symbol. All right. 808. These are all gonna be high resolutions now, right? Okay, look at that. 4 kilobytes. That is such a low resolution. Now it's a huge file though, but it's a GIF too, so that's different as well. And depending on what you're looking at. Again though, look at this, 12 kilobytes, really small picture. And the problem with that is when we go to blow it up, if it's only this big and I need it to be bigger than this, we're gonna have problems. Because the moment I stretch this thing, watch. So here's this. I'm going to go ahead and save image as, we'll go Nike logo, right? It'll now pull it up. It should once it downloads.
And now,
that's not what I wanted
coast to coast
to do. Where did that Nike logo just go? There it is. All right. So that's as big as my Nike logo is. But if I wanted to put writing next to it or do something like that, right? The first thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to come into, and here I'll just show you the one that I'm actually using right now, which would be easier. So go in here. I'm going to go into all, where did daily pics, where are my, what in the world is going on? Today. No. Yesterday. Why do I not have any PowerPoints from yesterday? Oh man, it's on my other computer. That's why there's a challenge there. Okay, so and that's the one being stupid right now. So basically, I'll just have to come back in here and I'll just show you one with my PowerPoints. This is how I do all my daily videos, right? So all I'll do, this was today's. I'll just go here and I'll delete that picture, and then I'll grab another picture from, you know, when we do another, like the next day or whatever, and I can just grab it and I'll drop it in like that, and then I'll go and I'll push it to, I will push it to the back, and then I can go ahead and maneuver and do whatever I want. I've been using some different things with the girls, so it's been a little bit different. Anyways, but these are how I create memes at the end of the day, right? That's a meme. That's a meme right there that I created. I had to create this one for our challenge and things. But what we need to do is we need to find more things that we can do this with right here. All right, there's a meme. And this was going to be a meme, and then it ended up being the cover of my next book. So how I create them, the thing we need to do is we need to find a good picture, right? So I'll do a new slide in here. I'm like, all right, typically I'll want to find like a quote. So, even I like this one. If and when life doesn't provide the right amount of pain for change, it's your turn. You must step up. Anything like that we could do. So now we're going to shoot out and we're going to find, oh wait, let's show you the Nike picture to show you what that does. So coming back here, I drag and pull in the Nike picture. Now, if I want to make this thing bigger though, see how it's starting to get fuzzy, right? The reason that's happening is because it's only got 12 megabytes. So as I keep pulling this and making it bigger, you're going to start to see this line, and that is not what we want on any of our stuff, on any of our quotes or anything like that, right? That we're making. Here's another quote, right? Do something today that your future self will be happy about. But watch, I can pull this thing and I can make this. Let me make this really small. Oop, away. Okay, so I can sit there and keep stretching this out. Look at the picture's not getting distorted. That's still super, super clear, right? But if I were to go and let me go and make this the right size again. There we are to that size, right? Let's go back to our Nike picture. There's our Nike picture. Let's go ahead and do the same thing, and we're going to pull and make that thing huge like that. Look at how blown out all this is. Look at the soft edge now. It's not sharp and crisp, right? So that's the primary reason why I keep saying we need high resolution pictures. And that's why we need that, right? So let's go back here. We're going to go ahead and close out of this. Let's go ahead and shut down that, right? Man, these things always get in the way. All right. We don't want any symbols. So now we're just going to look for amazing picture. All right. Okay. Wow. That's kind of interesting. I don't even know what to say with that. That was a trip. This is where I got that picture from, though, right? All kinds of different ones. And you got to think about like, what are you going to write there, right? Like this would be a great one for some kind of uplifting one. And you've got 252 kilobytes. So that's a big picture. This, however, whoa, that is a really big picture. And we can't even get it. So that doesn't work. Again, though, that's kind of a cool shot. Possibly that could be cool. That I think this is Scott's picture that he wants, but he wanted a unicorn. This, are you living on is life on the edge? Sometimes, I mean, you could have a great quote that goes with something like that. And then kind of just cool different pictures too, right? This would be great. Again, you're huge. You've got plenty of room to make it big, expand it. All these, right? Oh, that was kind of a cool shot too. But then, oh man, it's 49 kilobytes. So that really makes a difference seeing how big. Okay, so I don't know if that'll work. Let's try it. So we're going to save this to my desktop. Go back here. Let's grab it and see if it actually works. Pull that, drop it in. Oh yeah, look at that. It's almost the exact size as that. So, all right. Zoom in now. So I can come in 150%, slide out, and make that a little bit bigger, right? All right, and now what would this be saying? And if you have a quote, right, then your quote would work. I'm definitely taking this picture though. So now I'm trying to figure out what is he saying to me. What is he saying? Always be. Oh, there we go. Luck is just, I gotta see this. This is gonna drive me crazy. Luck is just preparation meeting opportunity. Fix that word. Luck is just preparation meeting opportunity. And I'm gonna make that a lot bigger. There we go. I didn't even know that thing did that till just now. That was pretty awesome. That works well. Luck is just preparation meeting. See, now here's where the real art comes in with how do you make it look? How do you want it to look? Right? We could take that out. Text box and basically create another one, because go up here and make it big, right? And luck is just preparation meeting opportunity. Oh man, I don't know. It might be the way it's written too. The words. Here, let me do this. I'm gonna go ahead and take this out. Slide this back up. Here's something else that you guys are gonna want to do. There we go. Oh man, that's not what I wanted to do. What? Man, I don't. All right. I do not like this font, so I want to change out the font. Fonts are really important too, because they're gonna basically they're gonna really kind of give the feel, right, of your MAME. So you want to do you want to do it to your own liking. And as the more you do these, the more, see it, like the lion looks like he's just about to just freak out and get somebody, and I want to, oh man, I think I can make up a much better quote to go with this picture, but let me just pretend for a second that this could be it. All right, now let's say right now that I'm like, man, I like the lion, but I don't have enough room to write, right? Because I'm having a problem getting any kind of words in here. So one of the things I can do is I can shrink things up like this, right? I could stretch it out like that if I wanted to. I could make it bigger like this, depending on how much background you have. Sometimes the center of the object like is really small, so you can stretch out like that. Meaning like this. See how this one, right? If I move it around, if let's say I wanted the dog bigger, I didn't need all this extra space. I could go like this, and then basically make it so that I have more room right here, and then go into format picture, crop it, find out like this. There we go, right? I can say, hey, how much am I going to lose out of this? And now I'm like, oh, okay. Now I'm like, okay, see, now I've made the dog bigger. I've made more room for me to write. So if that's what you wanted to do, that's possible. I had to do that quite a few times with that different, and the same thing with this. Now this is an example of what we're about to do. See, this picture right here was not big enough. And the reason, look, there's not room on the other sides. But the cool part was that it was a black background that I could mimic. And then I could really blend it and you couldn't tell. And then when I go ahead and, I can go, just to show you what this actually looked like, brought it into there. All right, now that's actually what it looks like, right? But it's a few different things layered on top of each other, and sometimes that's what creating a great meme is. And for me on this, where I'm like, maybe there's just not enough room for us to write, right? And so what are we going to do? How are we going to create a little bit more room? Well, we can do that by just creating another rectangle. And since we've got black, where are we going to write? Well, we could come off this side just like that. Bring this down a little bit. Now we're going to go ahead into format, and we'll fill it with black. All right, now the next thing we want to do is we want to move it to the back so that our lion's tail laps over it, right? And now check it out. Now, luck is just preparation meeting opportunity. And he looks like he's about to get a great opportunity. But I really just do not like this font. Not with this. It's gotta be clear and legible, but we also want it to be, you know, a little aggressive, but not. I mean, and this is where these things can take you like literally hours looking through, going, okay, well, what looks best? Well, what looks best? Well, what looks best? And you're gonna keep trying and keep trying. And just looking at different fonts until you start to find ones that you're like, you know what, I like the way that looks. I like the way that feels. Whatever. Chalk Duster just doesn't really go with this type of feel. And sometimes you can just make them clean. And you don't have to go for any weird type of font, right? And even that, it just doesn't work. I mean, it honestly, and that seems too clean to me. Which makes me want to just go back to, if we're gonna do clean, then let's make it clean that's easy to read. And we can go back big again, and maybe that's the word that gets kicked, right? So maybe we come back like this, space it out, throw this like that, go ahead and we'll center this, all right? And then again, what if we don't have enough room? Yeah. What if we don't have enough room above it, right? We're going, man, I don't like it how it's touching the line. I don't want it to touch the line. I want it to be a little bit above the line. All right, well then let's go ahead and let's create a little bit more space for ourselves, right? Right up at the top. Take this up, and then what are we gonna do? We're gonna go ahead and select this arrangement, send to the back. Boom. And now we've got a little bit more room. Now we don't need all this, man, we don't need all this room, right? So we can bring it down a little bit because we only need a little bit of room to push this up slightly so that it's not being seen by this. Okay, wait. We got to also make sure that you don't have any lines. There we go. Okay, so that's starting to look a little bit meaner, right? And then we could say luck is just preparation, and we can go ahead, and here's something that's kind of cool. And see, when you start using different, this is the other thing I like to do, is switch up my fonts, where I'll use the same font, but like right here I'm doing medium, right? So now I'm going to go to heavy. So it's the same font, but it's bolder, so it makes the word kind of stand out slightly, and you just kind of don't know why it's standing out sometimes. And you can even go even thicker than heavy. You can go to I'm sorry, you can go from bold to heavy. That is the heaviest one. We can oblique that a little bit. All right, and then I can even, no, that's not gonna work, but that will work. So preparation. And if we wanted this word to stand out slightly, I've been doing this where I'm just doing a little bit of color. So you can kind of see the color, and you're just kind of like going, whoa, that's all right. That's kind of a trip. All right, so luck is just preparation meeting. and then we have our last word, right? Whoop. All right, well that doesn't work out, right? We'll go like this, copy, paste, and we're gonna say opportunity. We're gonna grab this, go back home, and we're gonna create this to be 54. We can even do better, right? We can really make this a word that has attention drawn to it. And again, we can open it up like that. We can go from medium to heavy. We're going to thicken it up like that. All right, now, meaning opportunity, unitalicize that. Here's where this can be kind of cool. So we know we've got a little bit of green, right? So we can make this maybe blend a little bit more with the green, right? And if this is now coming out too far, like we're like, man, that looks kind of weird. Like, why do we have so much room over there? Well, we can make it, we can shrink that up. Maybe we don't need all that room, right? So I mean, we could go like that, right? But is the word, are the words now encroaching on the picture? Are they taking, are the words taking, see, to me now the words seem like they're taking away from the picture. And I don't want that. I want the words to add to the picture. Ooh, okay. So we got to keep everything on the top. I think that's a fair assumption. So let's add a little bit more room up there and see what we can do with that. So in that way, maybe that was the problem. Luck is just preparation meeting opportunity. Now that looks kind of cool. All right, so then the next thing that I do, man, and my signature isn't here either, is I will go, pull this back over here, and now I'm going to go and I'm going to create another text box. What I would do if I were you guys is figure out how you like your name. All right, and however you like to word your name, spell your name, whatever it is that's important to you. Oh, yes, they are not on here. That really sucks. So I'm going to have to do this on the other one. But then I have a handwriting one. And I'll go like that. Still too big for where it's at. And then, right. All right. Now, I do not like, Sam, I do not like, there we go. Luck is just preparation meeting opportunity. And instead of, this looks like it's a red and I don't want it to be red. So I'm going to go ahead and maybe kind of go preparation meeting opportunity. See, he looks like he's ready to take some opportunity. All right, so now that we have that part done, the only thing left that we're going to do is now we're going to do one more. So this is for, I'm going to just say this, if it were for thinking to succeed, obviously follow the way I do that, which is capital T thinking to capital S succeed.com, right? So that's how you would do for the Thinking to Succeed project. For my name, I write it like this, .com. And then what I do is I come in here, and this is where it's kind of different what I do. All right, so now I'm going to come down here to Avenir Medium. And just so you can see this a little better, I'm going to put this in white and put it where it's going to go. All right, now that's a little bit too small for me, so I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. All right, Now we are in Avenir medium. I'm going to go ahead and take Asmus though, and now I'm going to put it in Avenir. Where is not demi bold? Avenir black. That'll work. All right. So see how I just made my middle name thicker, right? Now I'm going to come up here. And first of all, we're going to blend. We want this to. This is something I learned from David Fagan. I want to blend. I want to blend my website. Man, I gotta go pretty dark on this one. Dang. All right, there you go. So see, it looks more elegant. But here's what I'm gonna do because I still want to draw some attention to it. So what I'll do is I'll actually lighten up my middle name. So maybe it just draws a little bit more attention to it, right? So let's go. See, we were in this middle one. Let's go one more dark, right? Okay, that seems a little harder to see, right? What do you think, Haley? This one's better?
Yeah.
Or that one?
I like the other.
Not this one?
No, because it's like a bit harder to see. Looks a lot more easier.
Yeah, but I think I kind of do like this one a little bit better because that's what we want. We want it to be a little bit more challenging to see. So maybe if we have it that dark and keep it like that, then we can look at that. How about that? See, so we make it a little bit bigger. Does that work better? Yeah. So now we have this still kind of ghosted in. It's a little bit more challenging to see, right? Which is what we want. But at the same time, we made it bigger. So it's still, you're like, hold on, there's something there. And then you're going to look at it and read it. I used a little bit of color up here that I usually try and tie the color into the color of the actual picture. And again, this is not my signature style, which really, really bums me out that you can't see. I actually went on and here, let me show you what I did. I went on to 1001 fonts. This is what you guys want to do. Went right on to here, went right to handwritten. Here's the cool part. Oh man, I wasn't on this one. I can go Pete Asmus, and now I can go through all these signature fonts and see what my name is going to look like prior to picking it, right? So I could pick whatever I like that matches my name most. And let's say, okay, well, I want to check out. I'm really glad I did this because I was looking at another one and I didn't have that ability. So this is how I want to write my name, right? And now it's going to go, okay, well, what, like that's a kind of unique thing, right? So I can go ahead and just hit download on that. It's going to go ahead and download that over there for me. And then I can keep coming down. That one's not that bad. It's a little different. And we can just keep moving through and looking and going, okay, well, what do you think? What do you think? And this is for the signature too. That's a little weird, man. That looks like, anyways, this is for your signature. So this is supposed to look like you signed it, not necessarily like you printed it. If it looks like you printed it, it's not going to be right. And if it looks like you're a 2-year-old, it's probably not going to look right either, right? Or I could get that for Haley, and you thought that was funny, huh? So we want to just keep going through, and there's a ton of these. So it may take you a long time, but here's the thing: once you find the one that you like, you don't have to keep looking anymore. I mean, that's the beauty of it, right? It's to keep looking and find one that you're like, man, that looks like the type of signature I want to reflect who I am. Man, are these signatures? What is going on? Handwritten script. Let's try that. Handwriting. All right. This should be a little bit closer to what I'm looking for. See, that's kind of, well, again, I write better than that, but all right. So coming through pretty, man, that was kind of a cool looking font too. See, the other thing is you want it to be legible. Like you, not only do you want it to look good, but you want people to be able to look at it and read what it says. Because if you don't have some kind of like completely typical last name, if they can't read it, then what? You didn't do any branding, right? No branding got done. Moving this. That one's kind of a cool font, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's a little thicker than I would want, but we'll check that one out too. I like them a little bit more swirly, just because that's how I write my name. That's how I pretty much print my name. That's kind of crazy. Where are the cool fonts that I'm looking for? I don't get it. That look like handwritten. I know that, but that doesn't look handwritten. That looks handwritten script, handwriting fonts. Cursive? Maybe that's what I'm looking for. Cursive. That there, we're getting closer now. See, that one's pretty easy to read,
Mm-hmm.
and that kind of looks like a signature. That looks like a signature. That's kind of cool, but it's hard to read. That's the problem.
That looks like an eye.
Right?
Yeah.
We'll download it, but it's still a hard script to read, even as cool. So you always gotta make sure that you're looking and ensuring that A, you can read it, and B, you like the way it looks. All of those things. Like, how would you want your, because then this font can become your part of your logo, right? Because it's, if you have that font and your name is consistently written like that, yeah. Ooh, I like this one.
Me too.
That I like. Okay, we're gonna heart that. What's that called? Soli di Gloria. All right. Mm-hmm. But that's seriously how I write right there. I mean, like 100%. That was weird.
The other one is cool.
All right, so we're gonna go ahead and rock and roll with that. Let's go ahead and put that in now. That last one was this one right here. So all I gotta do is do this, install font, and then we're gonna go, I'm gonna create a new one so that this signature, this is what you guys should do, so that way when you're looking for this, you know where those fonts actually are. Yeah, what did I just put it? Okay, so let's try this again. So we'll open it up this time, install font, and we're gonna install checked. Okay. Wait, ooh, there we go. Nope. Signature. Okay, so we're gonna keep this open now, watch. Take this and throw it in signature. Now it's going to be where I want it. All right, good. So now that's in signature, right? And this is it, all you got to do for all of them, okay? So again, we're going to come put this guy over here because we know where signature is. So we want Byron to go in signature too. And we want this to go in signature too. And Scriptina to go in signature too. And we're good. So now that that's the case, we can now go back in here, all right? First thing I'm gonna do is save this and close it. Then I'm going to open it back up so that it installs my fonts that I just put in. All right, go back here. I'm gonna go back and highlight that bad boy, right? Watch this, font collections, where, oh, that's not good. How come it didn't? It didn't actually quit. All right, now you quit. Or I didn't actually install those fonts. One of the two happened. But last time I didn't do this. So All right. Say it isn't so. Signature, look at that. There we go. And this is what I'm talking about with being extremely hard to read. But once we go into signature fonts, now we can actually, let's get up closer and personal so we can read this thing. Whoa, 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 whoa. Undo, undo. Okay, so this obviously didn't work, right? Because we can't read it. And how big would we have to go to be able to read it? That's still... So here I can say ASMUS, but again, not capped out, no big deal, but you cannot read it. Nobody would be able to understand what my name was. And that again defeats the purpose. So go here. Now we can start making this a little smaller because it can't be that big anyway. Shouldn't be that small.
That looks a bit more better.
Right? All right, there we go. So we've got this. So that one doesn't really work. Let's go to Scriptina. Now, Scriptina, what in the world is that?
No, but it looks good.
Okay, hold on. All right. ASMUS. She's got some kind of weird click on the back of it for some reason. I don't know why, but all right. So is that easy to read? It's a little easier to read, but again, it's almost seems like we'd have to go up to like 50 to get that thing to be legible, right? I mean, Pete isn't that bad, but the Asmus part is kind of difficult. I like the T though a lot. That sucks. All right. And sometimes you're gonna have to give up what you really like. Okay, that looks stupid. What you really like for legibility, because again, just because you really like it, if nobody can read it, it doesn't make a bit of difference. All right, but here we can definitely read that. Pete Asmus, and again, that's something where I could end up making that my my brand signature. I really like that font though. I think that font is super cool. Make this a little bit smaller because it doesn't need to be so big now. Whoa. All right. What is going on? Move you over just a little bit. What do you think? Yeah, does that look good?
Yeah.
Yeah? Let's go out to 75. We've got a little bit here, right? Got my name. Luck is just preparation, meeting opportunity. This guy is seriously on the prowl to be lucky. And then once you do that, all I do is I do a screenshot. So I come in and I grab the area of the screen that I want, right? Bam, let it go. Come right over here to your screenshot now. There's your name. You're going to rename this. You definitely want to rename it. I'm going to put this as Luck is just preparation meeting. Oop. Meeting opportunity. Opportunity dash Pete Asmus dash quote dot JPEG. Bam. And there is that. And so now what I will do is I also have in my Dropbox here, I have my peteasmus.com. And so I just dropped that right in there, and now I have different quotes that I can use during the course of whenever. I'm gonna get a whole bunch of these, and then I can just post them up whenever I want. Now for you guys, I don't know anybody that's even using these, but I put these, all this stuff is here for you guys. Right here, all the quotes that you guys can use as well, that are all have the thinking to succeed. The thinking to succeed one. So, I mean, like even Emily's that I created, right? There it is. You like that one?
The giraffe one is funny.
Giraffe is funny, right? But it's, so we've got all this stuff for you, but you guys have to use it, right? I I mean, at the end of the day, you have to use it. And then I think we even have other things over here that you guys can check out. I don't know. We gotta actually probably get rid of this stuff because, well, that one was good. That one's good. But
This is that one I like.
yeah, I just don't. Time is. Oh, I think I did that one too. But bing, trash. All these things. There's another meme that everybody can use. Yeah. So there you guys go. I wish one of you guys would have been on this webinar that you guys wanted me to do, but at least it's now done. You guys couldn't ask any questions, but you can at least now watch this and see how it is all done. Once you have that, the last thing that I do now, right? It's I've got it up here. So peteasmus.com. I've named this right. What did I name it? There we go, luck. So I can now go to Facebook. I can go to add photos, upload photo. I go right to my Dropbox, right to Pete Asmus Pics. Luck is just preparation. Add. Sometimes it's just about being prepared with the willingness to take action when the opportunity presents itself. There you go. Man, that could even be a quote. Hello. Boom. So, and there you go, right? And then once we do that, got your quote, you've got your thinking to succeed, 21-day challenge, all these bad boys, and then bam, post. You like it?
Mm-hmm.
I like it too. I think it looks good, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's mean looking. All right,
Mm-hmm.
there you guys go. You're welcome. I think in here just so I'm sure that I saw that stuff. Yeah, anybody log on? There we go. All the stuff. Good. Yep, that was all sent. Okay.